This very special training. Today, what I'm going to be sharing with you is how to differentiate yourself from the competition with a signature framework. Now, if we have not met before, I've got some crazy hair going on here. If we have not met before, I am the CEO of BrandBuilderAI.com, and we specialize in setting up automated sales processes for service-based professionals, consultants, and traditional businesses. So what I'm going to be sharing with you today is a very powerful way to separate yourself from the competition that is out there in the marketplace. So a lot of us do exactly the same things as other people. We might do it a little bit differently. We might have a different way of doing it. We might have a higher quality to our deliverables. We might have better customer service. We have all of these things that can differentiate us in the marketplace. But how do you explain to somebody in a split second that you as a website developer are different than Bob over here as a website developer? Or in our case, we have software as a service. We also do business coaching with consultants and professional service providers. And we teach them how to automate their sales process so that they can make more money and increase their ROI on all of their lead generation and their ad spend, right? And what we have found is that most businesses are oftentimes focused, and maybe you can relate to this, where you're like, I need more leads, I need more leads, I need more leads. I have to market more, I have to market more. And they don't put too much attention on what happens to those leads once they get them, right? They might run through them once, and if the person doesn't buy, they kind of fall off of a cliff, they do a deep dive, and they're never communicated to again. So I'll give you an example that you can relate to. And you have to kind of excuse my stuffy nose here today. But this is a great example. We had a client who came to us, joined our coaching program. And the first thing we did was we went through all of her assets to see what was going on. And we found out she was using a calendar system called Calendly. Maybe you've used it too, or you use something similar. And when we went through that, she had no follow-up in place on Calendly. So all of the people over the last 3 years who had booked a call and not shown up, she had sent one email that Calendly automatically sends out that says, hey, you missed your appointment. Do you want to book again? And nothing further than that. So she was missing out on all that potential income. So we put a process in place to nurture those missed appointments. And she made over 6 figures just from that one system that we put in place that helped her get ROI on those leads. So that's really what we do, right? So you want to think about what you do. And if what you do is similar to what other people do, one of the easiest ways that you can differentiate yourself is by creating your own signature framework. It's something unique. It meets a need. It solves the problems. And it's very easy for you to clarify how you're different than other people. So an example in our business is we have a signature framework. It's called the PAID framework, PAID, PAID framework. And we take people through the installation of the PAID framework into their business so that they can increase their ROI on every lead and create a business that funds their freedom. That's our business model, right? And motto, so to say. So what is the PAID framework? Well, we go through the 4 letters, PAID, right? So P is for promotion. As soon as somebody comes into our program, we dig in, we look at their messaging, their branding, and what their promotion is, right? And oftentimes we find that those 3 things are actually disconnected. Their messaging is different than what's reflected in their branding, and both of those are different than what's reflected in their marketing. And all that does is it leaves people feeling very confused about what the person does or what they have to offer, right? So we dig into that, we sort it out, we come up with clear messaging, we dial in their branding, and we make sure they have a promotion plan that number 1 is doable, number 2 they can be consistent at, and number 3 will convert, right? So oftentimes people have these convoluted, I'm going to do Facebook and YouTube, and I'm going to do all these different things, and they're not pushing on the gas enough in any one of those areas in order for it to actually convert for them, right? For them to master it and then hand it off. A is for automation. That's truly our specialty, is automating sales processes. So we set them up on our system. It's called Brand Builder AI. It's an all-in-one system. This way we eliminate all the breakdown, just like in that Calendly example I just shared with you. And we make sure that they have cohesive nurturing and follow-up in place to convert those leads over time, right? So we put them into Brand Builder AI. We get the automation set up, their follow-up, their calendars, their email plan, their email strategy, their funnels, like everything's in there. I is for influence. So another breakdown point in the 22 years that I've been in business that we've identified is that people can oftentimes get leads, but they can't convert them because they suck at sales. And that's just the reality of it. And if you're in business, no matter what business you're in, you have to be good at sales. You have to be good enough at it that you can get your own sales, and then you can give that process to a salesperson in your business. It's very difficult to expect that you're going to hire a salesperson who's going to come in and establish your sales processes and just go gung-ho on you, right? So we help them create influence through the sales process and also through their marketing so that they're really preemptively solving all of the objections in very carefully crafted messaging and marketing. And then D is for delegation, because no business can scale if they're a one-man show. And that is the reality of it. Plus, you end up getting burned out, miserable, like you hate your business. It's frustrating. You're trying to do things that you're really not gifted or talented at doing. You don't like doing them, but you end up doing all of these different things. And when you do that, your business becomes kind of like this big ball and chain that you're lugging around. But also, you're not good enough at those things in order for it to really make a difference, right? So a great example of this is business owners who handle their own customer service. That in itself will make you feel very hopeless about the future of your business, because people do have emotions and they get upset and they complain, and they really have to be handled by someone who is expert at customer service, right? And there's people out there who have that kind of personality and demeanor that are able to listen and console and handle and resolve the emotional problems and stuff like that, right? So then we teach delegation. So PAID, promotion, automation, influence, and delegation. Now, we're business coaches. And we're a software company. Lots of people are software companies. Lots of people are business coaches. But you see how our signature framework establishes us in a unique way, where we're not just coming in as a, quote, business coach that's going to help you get more appointments or get more leads or whatever. We literally have a framework that helps you solve every area of your business so that you have a really strong foundation and you can scale. Right? So if you don't have that foundation, no matter how many leads you get, your business isn't going to scale. No matter how much technology you're using, your business isn't going to scale. You really have to have all four of those in place. You have to have excellent promotion. You have to have automation to handle those leads at speed and convert them into sales. You have to have influence so that you can convert those leads into sales. And you have to have delegation so that you can put people in place in your business to handle the growth. Otherwise, you'll always be on this roller coaster, right? So your exercise is to figure out what could be your signature framework. Now, obviously, don't steal mine. That would not be good. But come up with a signature framework. It doesn't have to be an acronym, right? It doesn't have to, like ours is an acronym, PAID. It's kind of cool if you can come up with an acronym, but it doesn't have to be an acronym. It could be one word. I've seen people do this really well, where they're like the WAVE framework, or the art of sales framework, or the art of sales system, right? Like you want to come up with something that is like really yours only. You can trademark it. It's unique to you. When you get testimonials, people reference it. And that's what you start to market, and that's what you start to sell. Because when people are looking to get a website redesign, they're not just looking to have a nice looking website. They're looking to have a website that's going to help them grow their business, right? And so you want to come up with something that's going to help them. People don't want to just have their books done. They want to know that their taxes are going to be filed and they're going to be saving money. And they're not going to get audited, right? So what could you wrap your framework around that? If you're coaching somebody, what framework could you wrap around that, right? And this is going to help you stand out amongst the competition and really position yourself in a powerful way. And then, of course, you can write articles about it. You can write a book about it. It becomes that silver thread that weaves through everything in your business, and you can rally your people around it. You can speak on it. Like it's very powerful, and it will separate you from everybody else. Now, if you would love to mastermind and brainstorm your signature framework, definitely book an appointment with me. I'll put my calendar down below. It's not for everybody. We typically work with people that are already at the six-figure mark or getting close to that six-figure mark, and have obviously the ability to put things in place in their business that are going to help them grow. So I would love to talk with you, though. We've helped, umpteens of people really create amazing businesses. So thanks for being here in the group. Leave a comment below, because I definitely want to know what you're taking away from this. And I'd love to know more about your business. And I would also love for you to leave a comment to tell me what else we could train you on. That would be really helpful. So again, thanks